So, Lauren, how's your day going aside from the nerve-wracking stuff of doing press and being told that you're great because you're in Tribeca and all that?
It's been great. I mean, I am current actually I fly out tomorrow, so I'm like it hasn't hit yet.
Sure.
So far my day's been great because I'm still in my normal world.
Got it.
But yeah, I'm sure it'll be a bit overwhelming once we arrive. I don't know. I'm not great at that kind of stuff, but I think it'll be exciting.
We'll see. You don't know for sure yet how you're going to do.
True.
I'm
True.
sure you're going to be fine with all that. But how long was it between finishing the film and getting into Tribeca and finding out that you were in Tribeca?
We finished editing the film in September. And I believe we found out about Tribeca in April.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that was crazy because we wrapped shooting in um, August, which is so nuts. So yeah, editing was almost a month turnaround, which was very difficult, but
Hmm.
I also kind of loved it. It was a whirlwind in the best way because I just got to stay immersed in the movie the whole time, which was lovely. So yeah, it's been everything has been so fast.
Right.
Um,
Was there a plan B in case Tribeca didn't pan out that you went, okay, festival circuit blank, or were you just going, if this doesn't happen, we'll go direct to video?
I mean, I think we were just going to keep trying for festivals, honestly. And, because we had finished the film and we got like the latest extension possible for Sundance and we didn't get in because, we turned in this kind of half done cut. And, after that, it was like, okay, we actually have some time for Tribeca to get this to a place where we want it to be.
Right.
And, it's like you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But at the same time, we were like, really hope it gets in. So we're so excited that it got in. But yeah, it's been very, very fast.
So people who do their research on you know that there was some acting in your adolescence and all that. But in terms of this cast, who was a friend versus who was cast? Because obviously Tony Hale, we know him from Veep and Arrested Development and all that. But I don't know if you knew Tony, for example.
Yeah, so he actually was friends with a professor of mine and my friend Mackenzie Breeden, who co-wrote the script.
Hmm.
We had a professor in college who was friends with him, and we had said, let's send the script to him. Who knows? We didn't, not even thinking, will he play a part in it? But that obviously would be the dream, but
Yeah.
never expected. And we were like, oh, Susan, can we send you the script? She's like, yeah, I'll send it to Tony. And within a day, his team had reached out and was like, he loves the script. And we were floored. We couldn't believe it. I mean, it was a smaller role and he was there for 2 days and he was just, I mean, the most incredible, loveliest person you could have ever asked to work with. And that felt like such a gift to have him be in it. It was really, really incredible.
And then what about Lillian, Gretchen, Gerard? Did you know them or were they casting situations?
Casting situations and Gerard actually, when we were looking for someone to play coach, my producer, Michael Sherman, he was like, I want you to meet this guy, Gerard Haynes. He worked on a film called Native Son with him. He was like, and it wasn't anything to do with casting for this movie. It was just, this is an incredible actor. I'd love for you two to meet in general. And we just had a Zoom.
Yeah.
And in my heart, I was like, because Coach was written as an older man, like in his 60s, And when I went into this meeting with him, I never expected, to walk out going, did did we just find Coach? This he was just telling me about his daughter. He's raising like a 13-year-old daughter,
Hmm.
and he's such an incredible love for this art form. And I heard about his whole life story, and I kind of didn't even want to tell the producers because I thought it would be such a wild pitch.
Right.
And then they also came to me and they were like, "What did you think about Gerard when we were, trying to cast this role?" And I was like, I thought it would be crazy to even pitch this, but I would love to have him. And they both agreed. So
It
I
worked
am
out.
so excited for the world to see his performance. I think he is a show stealer in it for sure. He's incredible.
And who from the cast, if anyone gets to join you at Tribeca, or are you just running a one-person operation?
Oh my gosh, thank God I'm not. Lillian will be there, Gretchen will be there, Gerard will be there. And actually, this is crazy. A lot of the moms of the horse girls, it turns out all the horse girls are coming except I think like one or two, which is I'm floored. They're all from Portland, where we shot, and it's all their kind of their first movie. And so I think all the moms organized a little group, and they're all coming. So a huge, actually, a very large portion of the cast is going to be there, which is amazing.
You just answered something that I was going to ask, which was where was this filmed? Because these days they'll say where the setting is in the movie, and that's not actually the case. It's really Bulgaria or upstate New York.
Right.
So did you know all along that it was going to be an Oregon situation?
No. So initially, I actually wrote the script to be set in Colorado because that's where the family that it's inspired by lives. And that I just wanted anywhere that wasn't, California or New York. And I wanted like a small mountain town. And then, of course, yeah, we were looking at different places to shoot, like Ohio and all these other places. I was very grateful to shoot in Oregon. I'd never been actually. But it was a much easier journey to get from LA to Portland than it was, thinking about going to Ohio or somewhere else. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was amazing. But with that, it brought, yeah, casting people who, all these girls, I think except one had never been on a set before.
Wow.
But it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. And the locations were like just little hidden gems everywhere we went. It ended up working out so perfectly for the story.
I've never been to Portland. Most of what I know about Portland is because of the show Portlandia. Were
Yep.
you familiar before this wound up in
I
Portland?
I was, and I wasn't like a diehard fan or anything like that, but I'd seen a couple episodes, and man, it did seem quite accurate. It was funny too because like half the crew also had like worked on Portlandia.
Oh, wow.
So, and they all like it was so funny they would all work on the same things that shot in Oregon, but it was great. I kind of joke though that I would love to go back and actually go as a tourist because I really didn't have that much time off to go see things, and every weekend I was shot listing with my DP. So I'll go back and actually get to go as a tourist. But from everywhere I experienced in the little bits that I could, it was amazing and amazing food.
Did you
No,
get voodoo donuts as part of that?
someone brought it to set one day, and that, yeah, oh my God, those things, you can only have like a fourth of one or until you're like, feel like you're gonna be sick. But yeah, it was fun.
Sure. So Horsegirls, to us, it's new. To you, it's kind of a been there, done that, even though you're going to be promoting it the next year, year and a half. But do
Yeah.
you know what the next project is? I'm not asking you to reveal it. I assume there's embargoes and all that, but are you already on to the next thing?
You know what? I am not yet. I, of course, have my own ideas and things I've been working with, but for the most part, I feel like it was such a whirlwind bringing this film to the finish line that I, I mean, I'm just so excited to like show it to the world, and it does feel like it's just been so back to back with things, that, I'm like, yes, I have my own ideas, but I can't say I don't have, the next thing that's happening yet. We'll see. We'll see. I'm
With
like, I'll get to the finish line with this one first.
So being on the writing end of this one and the director, your next project, would you want to direct and write? Do you see yourself getting back into acting at any point in your adulthood?
Definitely not acting. But I what's funny is I'm an identical twin, and she is an actress, so I'm like she can handle that. But I I would love to direct something I didn't write, and then also vice versa. I'd love to write something that someone directs. I just think that would be such an incredible experience. And
Hmm.
and yeah, that was something that it was very full on. Anytime there had to be rewrites during pre-production for whatever reason of like, location or something like that, it was so hard because you'd be trying to, shot list and do these things, and then you're also trying to do the rewrites on your own. And it was difficult, but also it's kind of what I'm used to. It's all I know.
Hmm.
So I would like the opportunity to potentially direct something I haven't written just because I think it would be a really unique and fun challenge and something I've never done before.
And this film is a very heavy topic, inspirational, but heavy. How does a person like you decompress when you're dealing with heaviness for, 12 to 18 hours a day like that?
You know what? I wish I could say we did decompress. It was actually very tragic, but in reality, while we were shooting the second week of shooting, our the woman who inspired Sandy, her name was Sandy, actually passed away while we were shooting. And so it was, I think, an experience that, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever deal with something as difficult as that while shooting a film ever again because
Right.
I was living with Mackenzie, whose mom it was, and driving her to the airport so she could go see her mom in the hospital and all these things. And it was so surreal. There were a lot of tears constantly, but then trying to be on set and be like, okay, let's lock in and focus for right now. And um, but what was so great was just being surrounded by the crew who understood and kind of lifted us up. And a lot of people knew what was going on behind the scenes and was so, so, so kind in all of the kind of tragedy that was happening, that it almost felt, a little therapeutic to be able to be making art that was directly reflecting the life that was happening, outside of it. But as far as
Yeah.
decomposing, I don't know if that ever happened.
Well,
But yeah.
you never know if a serious film was actually fun to make and
Yeah.
vice versa. You find out that comedies are generally very serious. And the
Yeah.
more you do those jokes, the less funny it gets. So everyone on the comedy is
Yeah.
having a miserable time. And then you find out that not every drama is like Apocalypse Now, where everyone's freaking out and having a
Right.
breakdown. But
Right.
sorry to hear that your case was a tougher film,
Yeah.
but
But
congratulations on getting to celebrate the Tribeca and looking forward
thank
to
you.
whatever's coming next.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And at the same time, though, amidst all of that, it was like I get to go on set and hang out with a bunch of like 10 to 13-year-olds who were, hobby horsing around, and they just brought so much energy to the set that was incredible. And same with our Halloween store crew. It was amazing. So, there was so much joy amidst, sadness, but it was a beautiful celebration of life. That was truly what it felt like. So, thank you so much. I'm really excited for the world to see it. We'll see how it goes.
And the last question, which is a real softball, when
Yeah.
you're deciding that it's time to announce the next project, where's the best place for us to look? Is it the trades? Is it IMDb? Is it an Instagram account?
Oh my gosh. I would have to say IMDb because I'm the worst at Instagram these days. It feels too overwhelming. But yeah, who knows? I mean, truly, I would say, IMDb, maybe you'll see, maybe I go back to my baby acting roots. Who knows?
Paltrocast.